Hi guys, my name is Olivia. I'm an artist from Toronto and I just wanted to give you a little tour of my studio apartment. If you're coming from Alexandra Gater's YouTube video where she made over my apartment, I think you're gonna like this video a lot because I just wanted to go over everything from the general experience I had with them. I wanted to answer some questions and just give a tour. So yeah, this is kind of something I always wanted to see with the other people that came on her YouTube channel. Yeah, we're gonna start in the hallway. I did make some changes. You probably didn't see this in the YouTube video, but this was a storage cabinet I already had. I understand aesthetically it's not the most beautiful, but it is so functional. It makes the hallway a little bit crowded, but not that bad. But now I have a lot of storage. I'll show you inside of my cabinets. Down below here, I just have 4 boxes with miscellaneous stuff like bags, shoes, some extra outdoor stuff. Moving on to the IKEA cabinet. I like to keep it mostly empty because there's always random stuff coming into my place. I just like there to be like nice, easy access to empty space. So that was basically the hallway. It's pretty minimal. It's kind of just a storage space. Now I will show you the studio apartment. So let's go in. This is my little art studio. This is where I run my shop. I really love this little desk I built, and I appreciate them so much for leveling out the floor below because before that was just awful. And I know she built the whole shipping station, but functionally it doesn't really work for me. The reason I built this closet studio was to kind of enclose my shop so I could close work with curtains when I'm done. I didn't want it out in my living space. I ended up using the shelves for something else, and I'll talk about that. Moving on to the shelves here, I decided to do something a little different with it. I wanted to use it as both a pantry and a memory trinket shelf. Before, I had nowhere to put my trinkets and collectibles that I got on my travels, and now I have a place. I even added some picture frames, and a couple of them are empty because I want to get pictures of my mom and sister, stuff like that. It's kind of just my personal little wall, and I think it's kind of cute. The initial function for that definitely changed, and I feel a little bad about it. Instead of using this table as like a shipping station, I've actually been using this chair here. It's like an extra workspace because sometimes my friends like to come over and draw and work. So it's really nice to just my friend can come over here and work. I like to put my sticker cutter here. It's actually a really good sticker cutting station. If I use it for anything, it's to cut stickers. This is the cute little corner with the lamp. I absolutely love this lamp, but I don't really love it in this spot because it blocks the mirror. But I'm like, I can't get rid of this lamp because it's so beautiful. So I'm just dealing with it. If I had a bigger space, it would be incredible, but I accept it as it is. I put one of my plants here on this stool. This stool used to be in that other corner with like cables and stuff, but I had so many cables that it kind of just looked really bad. So I decided to just use it as a plant stand in this corner because I felt like this corner needed a little bit of green. Hey, baby. She absolutely loves this couch. This is her house. And sometimes I put her on the windowsill and she just suntans. It's really cute. But yeah, moving on to this nook, I decided to remove some pillows and put them inside of this little wooden box I found at Marshall's. I think it's so perfect for this corner. It works as like a coffee table and storage. And I decided to put the lamp here, so this spot becomes like a really cozy reading nook at night. I think it's my favorite item she gave me in the whole makeover. The only like issue with it was this light bulb cage is actually too small for light bulbs. You have to put a pretty small light bulb, but I wanted to use my color changing light bulb. So I actually had to like work really hard to bend this. I spent like an hour trying to get a light bulb in this thing yesterday, but other than that, lamp is perfect. I put the light switch here, so it's really easy access, and all the cables are hidden away. I also have my switch here for when I want to play games on the projector. I just like bring it up here, and it's plugged into an HDMI cord. Projector is up there, and I put some boxes to store some more winter clothes. Oh, there's also this box. I just put like my laptop or iPad here when I'm done with them. This is my other little work setup. If I don't feel like working at my desk, if I don't want to work at the table or the coffee table, I can work at the couch. Honestly, my other apartment where I used to live before was technically bigger, but it felt a lot smaller. This room is so multifunctional. The spaces are optimized, so you don't really need too much space for a lot of tasks. I can't believe I live here and I feel so blessed. I said it in the video, but this is like the craziest thing that has ever happened to me. But I wanted to also show you how this comes down because people had a lot of questions or concerns about it. So I'll show you how I take the Murphy bed down. That is so cool. I like to keep these straps on because it keeps the bedding in place and the mattress in place. And I do the same thing up here with the blanket and the pillows. So it makes it so easy. Then the last step is to just add these pillows. So I'll do that. So the other use I had for this chair was putting it right here for Penny to get onto the bed because it's too high for her to jump on. She would try, but I don't want her to break her legs. So yeah, she just uses this chair and it's great. I think the only major change I made to this apartment was painting these walls back to white. And the only reason I did that is it was very dark in here. And my favorite part of the apartment before was how light and airy it felt. Like I really like light colors. So I think there was like a little bit of a misunderstanding at the beginning of what I want. So when I said brown, I think I was more leaning towards like a brown sofa or like brown accents. I mostly wanted like pops of color, some browns, and then white. I did send her some more inspiration showing that, but I think there was just some miscommunication at that stage. So that is probably my fault. I probably should have been more clear that I really don't like dark colors. So yeah, I might end up painting the rest of the apartment. Probably not white, but maybe like a lighter, creamier brown. Yeah, this terracotta is very dark. It looks a lot more dark in person. That is my only like one issue with the makeover, and it wasn't even her fault. So I guess I can give some thoughts on my experience. I'm gonna put the bed back up and sit on the couch to talk about it. So 1 second. Down? Nope. No. For this part of the video, I kind of just wanted to tell you how it all went down and my general thoughts about the experience, and then I'll answer some questions people had. I'll start with how it all happened. All of this started because my friend saw my tiny studio apartment and she reminded me that Alexandra Gater has like studio fix makeovers and that it was her goal this year to do a bunch of studio apartments in Toronto. We were like, wait a minute, this place is perfect. Like, it's so small and it's very cute. And I think it's like right down her alley. So my friend Allie encouraged me to apply. I applied on her website. I think it was 4 months later, she responded and said, hey, in like a month, we can do a makeover. We just want to scout your place first. So they came over and they measured everything. Just got to meet the team. They were very nice, but they gave me no certainty at that point. So I was just like super anxious to know if I got the makeover or not. And then I think about a week or two later, they got back to me and they were like, yes, we're gonna do it. And this is the date. I think a few days later, they set up a call. And that was the call you saw in the YouTube video where I got to tell her about myself and what I want. I waited another month or so and I had to stay at my friends' places. Prior to that, I had to put some stuff into storage or sell it. Basically, they put everything they don't use into your like shower or bathtub or bathroom. So when you come home, it's just like a tower of stuff that you have to clear out. It's completely understandable though. Like they don't know what to do with all that stuff. I just spent like the first week or two like putting all that stuff back and readjusting. It was a very busy month and I was very stressed, but the results were so good that I didn't care. My general thoughts is Alexandra is a sweetheart and she works so hard. I think she gets unfairly criticized by people when she is the one like holding that together. It's just a lot of pressure on one woman, but she's lucky to have her team to help. I imagine this is like so stressful and difficult to do consistently. She's honestly an inspiration. I'm really happy to have met her. We had some good chats about business and stuff. Like when she started her business, she realized like how much energy and effort goes into like a shop, an online shop. And I was like, yeah, sometimes it's just very overwhelming to keep up. It's just like 10 jobs and one person. I often find myself feeling really tired, drained, and some days I just feel overwhelmed and can't get anything done. I think this makeover has improved my space so much that I'm feeling like a lightness every time I wake up, as opposed to being like, oh, there's like these awkward challenges I have with my space. Like I don't really feel that way anymore. So I'm so thankful to her for doing that for me. Graham is also a puppy dog in real life. He's so sweet. And he installed a whole AC in my kitchen. When they did the makeover, there was heat waves in Toronto and I was dying. I put all my fans, so I'm super thankful to them for that because that was absolutely not necessary. So they did a lot for me. It's just a special experience. I kind of wanted to just answer some questions people had online. The functionality of the room, what you changed to fit better your needs and what you loved. I think the window nook, there were too many pillows. Functionally, I had to change that corner a bit by adding the wooden table with the storage inside. The routine of putting the Murphy bed up, do you do it every day? I do it every day. I wake up, make the bed, and then I put it up. I like that it forces me to make my bed every single day. I really like having the Murphy bed up during the day and down during the night because during the day, this is my workspace and I don't want to see a bed in my workspace. If you have any more questions or if I missed anything, you can definitely comment that. People mentioned they wanted to see me like ins and out of running a shop. Yeah, just tell me what you want to see on my channel because I'd love to talk about my life. Maybe keep it more casual because I have a hard time editing. Like I said, it's like a 10-person job running a business and editing is just like such a time suck. Anyway, I appreciate you so much for tuning into my apartment tour. My name's Olivia. I run my shop called Mo Doodles. If you'd like to support me, you could make a purchase on my shop. I'm going to take Penny for a walk because she's mad that she hasn't gone outside at all. Okay, bye-bye.